Hey guys, welcome to Manosphere Nation. I'm your host, James, and in this video, we're going to talk about something you should absolutely never do on social media. And we're going to get right to it after the intro. So when I created Manosphere Nation, I had to essentially create a whole new profile. And I went through and I added some of the channels on YouTube that I was subscribed to on my old profile, which I still use. But I only added a few, and those that were specific to the Manosphere. I subscribed to some history channels and some travel channels, and science channels. I didn't include those, just ones that dealt primarily with the Manosphere. And of course that impacted the suggested videos that would show up in my feed. And I had one the other day which to me it did not make a lot of sense, but I thought, all right, so I went ahead and I clicked on it and I watched about maybe 20-30 seconds of it and went, ooh, this is not good. I'm going to show you just a brief clip of it, and then we're going to talk about it.
To me, apologize that I wouldn't have broke up with you if you hadn't have said that to me. If you hadn't have told me that, I wouldn't have broke up with you because I actually valued our relationship. And I even told my friends I didn't want to break up with you. I just wanted to see how it goes.
Guys, the problem hopefully should be really obvious to you. If it's not, I'll sum it up using a saying that my grandfather always said, and that is, you never air your dirty laundry in public. You absolutely you don't. The kid, obviously, and I don't know very much about him, just that, like I said, that video showed up in my suggestion feed. Clearly he's distraught, he's upset, he's heartbroken over a breakup. But the thing is, he made this video and he puts it out there. He's seeking sympathy and he's seeking validation from strangers. Guys, absolutely, that's beta behavior. You absolutely do not do that. You've got to understand, about 90% of the people out there do not care about your problems. They don't. In the comments, there was a lot of sympathy posts and, oh, we're so sorry, and oh, keep your head up, and yada, yada, yada. But the truth is, they don't care. In 20 seconds later, they're going to click on a video about puppies or something else. Or they're going to be like, you know what, I'm hungry. I'm going to go to Subway. At the end of the day, they don't care. To make matters worse, there's probably about 10% of people out there that actually are going to take enjoyment from his pain, from his misfortune. The German word for it, I think, is Schadenfreude. I'm not German, I may be mispronouncing that slightly, but essentially it's a German word for you're taking misfortune, or you're taking pleasure in other people's misfortunes. In English, it's epicaricacy, which is essentially a translated, I think, from Greek, which is essentially the same thing. You're taking joy from others' misfortune. The next reason you don't want to post this is because chances are his ex-girlfriend is going to see that. And like I said, it's beta behavior. She's immediately going to start thinking, yeah, I dodged a bullet, or yeah, I made the right choice, or essentially it's going to reaffirm what she already thinks when you guys split. The attitude that you absolutely should have, without a doubt, is, I'm rolling on. Best of luck to you. And that's the attitude you want to have. That's the attitude you want to display. You do not, obviously, you don't post it on social media, but that's the attitude you need to have. The more you improve yourself and work on yourself, and the higher you get up when you reach that 20%, that top 20% of men, or even higher, the easier it is to have that attitude, because once you start hitting the upper echelons, your choices and your options with women begin to increase exponentially. And I promise you will get to the point where if a woman breaks up with you, you've got plenty of other options out there. As my grandfather always used to say, women are like buses. If you miss out on one, another will be along in 15 minutes. That's absolutely true. Using that bus analogy, guys, you've got to understand, you're the bus driver. And what you're doing in life, with your life, that's your bus. There are so many beta males and soy boys out there that are driving a short bus. Women don't want to get on that. But the more you improve yourself, the more that you hit that top 20%, women are going to take notice. And that bus is going to improve. And suddenly, man, now it's more like an RV or maybe even a massive motor coach. Women are going to say, man, that's what I want to be in. And so, you could stop, you let the women on, and you keep going. But the thing is, you're the driver. And you determine what your destination is. The women are coming along for the ride. They're being a part of it, but they're not driving it, and they're not determining where it's going. And there might be times where women say, you know what, I've had enough. Stop the bus. Let me get off. You stop, they get off. You just keep driving. You let them off, and you keep driving. You look up in the rearview mirror as you're leaving them behind. You keep going, and you keep improving you. You're hitting the gym. You're getting in shape. You're hitting the dojo. You're going to work, and you're applying yourself, and you're making some money, or you're getting that promotion, and you're out doing stuff with your friends and improving your social circle. All of that makes your bus, so to speak, look more attractive. And there will eventually come a time where women, not only will they not want to get off, you might get to, in fact, there's no might, you eventually will get to a point where if you're putting up with too much of their BS, you can stop the bus and tell them you're getting off. And you throw them off. And I promise you, the better that your life is and the more that you're hitting that upper echelon, the more women are going to want to be with you and involved with you. Essentially, what that means is the higher the level of the man, the less BS he has to put up with when it comes to women. Now, this being said, I want to point out, I am not criticizing this young man for having his heart broken. Absolutely not. Any man who's got any experience in life is going to have been where this young man was. He's going to have had his heart broken. I've had it done twice. The second time, and I'm going to call her M because I'm going to talk about her and reference her on this channel. But Em and I dated for about 2 years, and we broke up. I remember the night we had a massive fight. We broke up. I left, and I was so mad and so angry. And I got home, and I finally went to sleep. And a day or two later, it dawned on me, man, we broke up for good. There had been times in the past we broke up, and a week or two later we get back together. But this time I realized, yeah, we're done. And it hit me. It devastated me. It took me a long time to get over her. I'll admit, man, I cried. No shame in it. That's a basic human emotion. But it was the catalyst for me that began my journey into the manosphere. It was the awakening for me. It started my red pill moment. If you find yourself in a situation like this, what I usually recommend is, you know what, give yourself a day to grieve, a day to be upset. Clearly, Em was a woman that I was in love with. I loved her. You break up with your significant other, she breaks up with you, same thing. You could be in love with her. Give yourself a day to grieve and a day to mourn. And then when you wake up the very next morning, man, you're back on your purpose. You're driving your bus and you're headed to your destination. You're doing things to get your mind off of her. Take her off of your social media. Delete her photos, that you have in your phone. Delete her pics. man, move on with your life. It's not easy, but I promise you, it will get better. And there are plenty of women out there that are going to be better for you than she was. And so you may say, all right, but you know, I'm lonely and I've got all this weighing on me, and you're saying not to air, you know, not to make a video and post it in public. Absolutely not. Do not do that. Instead, you should have some family. Hopefully, most guys need a tight circle of guys, 2 or 3 guys that, man, they've got your back. They're looking out for you. If you need somebody to talk to and vent to and sound, absolutely go to them. When Em and I broke up, I had 2 friends that I turned to. And, man, they had my back. We had been in some life and death situations together. They were also police officers like I was. We served dozens and dozens of high-risk felony warrants. So our saying was, man, we've gone through some doors together. And, man, they were a great source to help pick me back up and keep me going on my path. That first weekend, they got me pretty drunk. But it felt good in the sense that I was bonding with them. And they would drag me to the gym, because I was depressed. And they're like, nope, we're going to the gym. And they'd get me in there. And they kept me going, and it's exactly what I needed. About 6 months later, one of my best friends, similar situation, he found out that his girlfriend had been cheating on him. He dumped her, same thing. We took him out, we got him hammered. I would at work, I'd show him up, I'd drag him out to go work, I'd drag him to the gym. Man, we really had each other's back. And so that's what I encourage you to do. If you need somebody to talk to, turn to your family. If you can, turn to those tight circle of friends. Turn to the people you know have your back and actually give a damn about you. Guys, hopefully you found this video informative. Hopefully you've learned a little something from it. If you have, please give us a thumbs up. Give us a subscribe. Hit the bell notification, all that stuff, so that you don't miss any future videos. If you know a guy or a buddy or a family member, a guy that's struggling, has some stuff going on in his life, please share this channel with him. Help him to become a better man while you help yourself become a better man. And together, all of us can become better men.